Today is the solar eclipse on August 12th, and I am making some banishing oil. And we were going to go into detail about how to do a banishing spell, but this is how to make the banishing oil, which you could use to dress your candles for a banishing spell. And you can also use it for other reasons, and we'll get into that. But the eclipse, the solar eclipse, only happens on a new moon. So we're also in the new moon in Leo today. So we want to banish all negative influences in our lives and bring in everything that we want to manifest. So this is the perfect time to make a banishing oil. Yeah, so we're going to start now. I would just wanted to say that this is our recipe that we're going to use today, and people have different ways of making banishing oils. There'll be some overlap. We're going to use angelica root, pepper. We've got black peppercorns, a chili pepper, and some red pepper flakes, basil, hyssop, rue, wormwood. We're also going to use lemon peel and lemon essential oil. But there are substitutions, okay? I'm going to use black salt. Now, in my black salt, we put rosemary, sage, and bay leaf in our black salt. Some people use asafoetida powder, and we will be using wormwood in this one. The top three ones were burned to ash and put into my black salt, which was also added with activated charcoal in there. Okay, so we're going to start with the black salt, and I'm going to put a little bit of this black salt in my hand. Not too much. Okay, and I'm just going to think about this salt having a banishing quality and banishing from all evil. And I'm going to put it into the master jar here. Okay, the next is the angelica root. Now, as I said, it's Dong Quai is the same thing. So I just bought the Dong Quai capsules, emptied them out, and I'm going to put the angelica root in there. Now, angelica root repels negative energy and attracts the positive energy. So that's what we want. Next, we're going to do pepper. Pepper has long been used for spells like this for banishing. Now, I'm going to put this red peppercorn in after it dries out a bit because I don't want anything that's going to cause mold. So there we go with the pepper and the red pepper flakes. And let it go in there. Right, it in there. Oh. The stones are getting in the way. I put little obsidian stones in there. Okay. Next is basil. And basil is a protective herb that wards off evil. Now we don't want any evil. So you get that basil in there. Get that in our jar. Okay. And next is hyssop, another protective herb, often used in banishing oils. Hyssop. Now, if you don't have these herbs, it's okay. You can still make it with rosemary, basil, and sage, okay? You don't need to have all these. But I want mine to have a bit of an extra kick. So I'm going to add everything that I can find here. Rue. We're also going to add some rue. Take out the obsidian and add my rue. And rue is a powerful protective herb against evil spirits and nightmares. So we want to banish those things for sure. We don't want evil spirits and we don't want nightmares. Let's get that rue in there. And rue has long been used in banishing spells as well. So we get all that in there. Okay, and the next one is wormwood. We're going to add wormwood, which is good for retribution, okay, for getting back at your enemies and returning to sender all evil, negative energies that anyone would be dare to send your way. So we're going to add the wormwood in there as well. Now, once we get all those things in, Then we're going to put in a bit of lemon peel, which I dried out especially for, I think I need my funnel again, especially for this spell. Some lemon peel. Let's get that in there. Okay. And lemon peel cleanses old attachments and breaks negative ties. It aids in dispelling envious and jealous people. So there's that too. I'm having a hard time with this funnel. I think these pieces are too big. So I'm just going to stop the video for a sec and put that stuff in. So yeah, I've got most of the herbs in there now. In an effort to be neat and tidy, I've made a bit of a mess. Okay. So that's the essential oil of lemon. We want to break all negative attachments. And we want to, cleanse ourselves of things from the past. The past is gone. Let's look towards the future. So yeah, it's a solar eclipse today. And we're also going to have another eclipse, but this time a lunar eclipse on the 27th of the month. Okay, so I'm adding my oil in. I'm using sunflower oil this time. I have used olive oil. You can use olive oil. You can use castor oil. A lot of people like to use castor oil for their carrier oil. Or you can use, what was the other oil? Grapeseed oil, okay? So we're going to add all this oil, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so here's my almost finished oil. As I said, I'm going to add that chili, in a few days when it's completely dry. So you want to give it a good shake. And you want to do that, every few days. You want to keep this master bottle in a cool, dark spot so that, the herbs and the peppers and everything will infuse in the oil. Okay. As I said, I'm going to pop in one of these chilies in a few days. They're not quite dry enough yet, and I don't want to put anything wet into the carrier oil. I want it to be nice and dried out. Yeah, but that's the banishing oil. And yeah, if you have any questions about our recipe, just leave comment below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. If you haven't made black salt before, it's really easy. You just use your mortar and pestle. You burn protective herbs, whatever protective herbs you have, and you mix the ash with activated carbon and activated charcoal, pardon me, and you mix that with the ashes and you mix that with regular salt or with sea salt. You do it in your mortar and pestle and you get black salt, okay? And it's perfect for anything to do with banishing negativity. All right, so that's the video, and I hope you find it useful. And yeah, if you made the banishing oil today on the new moon, it would be ready in 30 days time. So on the next new moon, it would be ready to use to do a banishing spell. But it would be especially powerful if you make it today or on the lunar eclipse, which is on August the 27th. Thanks for watching. Blessed be.